Imagine a world without continents, without mountains, without the familiar land masses we call home. Picture Earth not as the blue marble we know, but as an unbroken expanse of water, stretching to every horizon. This isn't a distant exoplanet, but a speculative future for our own world. What if the delicate balance of land and sea were irrevocably altered? What if all the ice on Earth melted and then some? This thought experiment plunges us into a dramatic, profound transformation. How could such a radical change occur? Extreme global warming is one pathway, melting polar ice caps and glaciers entirely. But even that might not be enough to submerge every peak. A more dramatic scenario involves geological shifts, perhaps massive volcanic outpourings displacing the ocean floor. Or consider a series of cometary impacts, adding vast quantities of new water to our planet. As the water levels rise, coastal cities are the first to vanish beneath the waves. Then, entire nations disappear, swallowed by the relentless advance of the ocean. The familiar map of Earth becomes obsolete. In this water world, the highest mountain peaks might become isolated islands, mere specks in a boundless ocean. Mount Everest, if it remained, would be a solitary, windswept rock. The deep ocean trenches would become even deeper, holding the vast majority of the planet's water. The average depth of the ocean would increase dramatically, creating new abyssal plains. Ocean currents would intensify, unimpeded by land masses. This could lead to more extreme weather patterns, with massive storms sweeping across the open water. An Earth covered entirely by water would experience significant atmospheric changes. More water vapor would enter the atmosphere, potentially leading to increased cloud cover and more frequent, intense rainfall. The planet's albedo, or reflectivity, would change. A darker ocean surface absorbs more solar radiation than land, potentially leading to a warmer global temperature. However, increased cloud cover could also reflect more sunlight, creating a complex feedback loop. The climate would be dominated by oceanic influences, with less temperature variation between day and night. For humanity, survival would hinge on adaptation. Floating cities constructed from buoyant materials would become the new centers of civilization. These colossal structures would house millions. Resource scarcity would be paramount. Fresh water would need to be desalinated on an unprecedented scale. Food production would rely on aquaculture, cultivating marine life, and hydroponic farms. Navigation would be crucial with no land-based landmarks. Society would become entirely maritime, with new forms of governance and trade emerging across the vast ocean. Beneath the waves, marine ecosystems would flourish in new ways. With more surface area for sunlight penetration, the photic zone could expand, supporting vast algal blooms. New species might evolve to exploit the expanded deep-sea environments. Bioluminescent creatures would dominate the perpetual darkness of the abyssal plains. The absence of land runoff would alter nutrient distribution, potentially leading to different patterns of marine biodiversity. Life would adapt to the new, boundless aquatic environment. Energy would likely come from tidal power, wave energy, and perhaps even harnessing deep-sea geothermal vents. Solar energy would also be vital, collected on the vast surfaces of floating habitats. Mining for essential minerals would shift to the ocean floor, utilizing advanced submersibles and robotic technology. The challenges of extraction in such depths would be immense. Human society would be forced to innovate at every turn. Cooperation would be essential for survival, fostering a global community bound by the shared challenge of living on a water world. Over millennia, the water world Earth would continue to evolve. New geological processes might eventually create new land masses, but on a vastly different timescale. Humanity, if it survived, would be a truly aquatic species, perhaps even evolving physical adaptations for life on the water. Our connection to land would become a distant, almost mythical memory. This speculative journey reminds us of Earth's fragility and resilience. It underscores the profound impact of environmental change and the incredible adaptability of life itself.